what is lost, creased, and swollen, because I have not mended. Many days I cannot even make a sentence while others go for work or barter underneath the bridge or industrial flats where we parked getting high amid the shrouds. Poetry is bigger than literature. Right. Literature is not as old as poetry. Poetry goes back to our first breath, spoken over the fire. We're trying to figure out what the moon is yet. We're howling at that. Literature is much, much younger than poetry. Poetry is old as our bones. The day passes. The Russian women lean on their steps discussing the price of cabbages. The boys with tattoos ride their skateboards, skipping curbs, and there is a music to their wheels. A screech, a scat, a scatter, a turntable cutting, la bohème. As a career, I was actually probably pretty young because I came out of the Boston performance scene. So I was still an undergraduate in college when I started reading in venues across New England. It's like being in a punk band, like you tour around, you get $100, you sell little chapbooks, you sleep on people's couches. Awesome. But I used to do tours, And that was very typical. There was a very DIY, outside of the academy, huge poetry renaissance in the early 90s. To me, poetry is a kind of music. For me, it's not as much a literary art as it is a singing art. Sometimes the words aren't sung, but they're sung. Mm-hmm. Because language has sound, vowel sounds, low notes, high notes, assonance, alliteration. So that musicality is embedded in the poem. Bordello is now blowing, the accordion and the violin and the drum and the bass line, weaving threads, and I roll my windows and let the sound rise as the light turns green and the music wafts, turning a few heads, perplexed glances when one brother about my age raises his fist. And we should all be praying over a screeching guitar. The book just came out. I got to keep going. I got another one coming out in May, my selected poems, which is a huge book. It's probably the biggest book I've ever put together. So then I'll just have to do it again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. To say the pronoun she is to take the step to its apprehension. She was almost here. In every child after, what shadow sister runs with them? Some days, like Eurydice, her small, shapeless face, what remains is what was ceased. The knotted cord, the unheard cry, a chord of she, never to be percussed. I think poetry is a crucial thing for the United States at this point. We're so splintered. There's so much disagreement politically. People say really hateful things to each other. What better time is there for poetry to raise its head and to say, where's the love and compassion for those who have less than in our country? Where's the healing? Where's the hope?